friends, I thought about it, and I reckon that if Jesus, Buddha, and Krishna decided to run a weekend online workshop and charged $1,000, I'd probably do it, but I'd also be a little bit like, you boys bet to put on a pretty good show. I had a little sticky beak around the internet, and what I saw was a lot of very, very, very expensive trainings, and a lot of them not being run by Jesus and Buddha and Krishna. Let's just put it like that. At the practice, we decided on a slightly different strategy, and that strategy was to make the teachings of the tradition as accessible as possible for as many people as possible. A, because now is the time when we need the teachings the most, and B, because we understand the financial hardships that you are probably, unless you're a Zuckerberg or a Bezos or one of these wankers, probably going through. The practice is the same. Personally, I'm the same. It's been a really, really, really tough year financially, so we get it. We wanted to therefore make these trainings, these master mentorship programs, as accessible as possible for as many people as possible. I'm branding them as both. Teacher trainings, yes. 200, 300, yes. Let's do all of those things. But the other thing that I really wanted to emphasize with the 6-month programs that we're running is the mentorship component. Yoga has always been a very one-to-one experience. Why? Because we're all very, very different. We're calibrated differently on every single level that you can imagine. And we all have different needs in our life. So how can we teach one thing to everyone? Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of benefits in the way that yoga has evolved into this group scenario over the last 100 years. And that's been really, really cool, particularly for people like me who run studios and teacher trainings. Wonderful. But we also want to keep that connection to the legacy of yoga being very much about from one to another. The word in Sanskrit is parampara, from one to another. That's how the teachings have always been passed down. And over these long 6-month periods, that is the goal, to individually help everybody, every person on the trainings, to become living ambassadors through practice and possibly through teaching, but mainly just through living ambassadors of the yoga tradition. That is the goal. An army of real proper yogis and yoginis in amongst this ocean of so much tat and fluff.
That's it. With your arms now. That's it.
Oh, I can hear some of you now saying, but yoga is about unity. It's about all oneness. Really? Let me ask you this. If you go to a cafe and order a green smoothie and the guy brings you Jack Daniels on the rocks for breakfast and he says to you, but babe, it's all one. Jack Daniels, green smoothie. What are you complaining about? What are you going to do? Exactly. It's not all one at this level of 2021. It just isn't. It's very much all two. It's about as all two as we can get. We have to make very smart choices. Yoga isn't about unifying, yoking ourselves with all of the Jack Danielses out there. No offense if you drink Jack Daniels, that's absolutely fine. What I'm really talking about here is good yoga, proper yoga, based on tradition versus crap yoga based on nothing. Proper yogis with a little bit of backbone versus the woke yogis across their keyboards calling everybody names. And if you're offended by that, I really don't care. What I do care about is yoga, traditional, proper yoga, and sharing that message, those teachings, with as many dedicated people as possible. That's what I want to unify with. I want to unify with those wholehearted, hardcore yogis that burn for the tradition and love this path as much as I do. That's what I want to unify with. That and my own pure consciousness. That's what I'm interested in. Unifying with the morons. Nope. To be completely honest with you, I want to destroy modern yoga. In the same way that if someone broke into your house and started assaulting your grandmother, you'd take a baseball bat to them. Now is the time for yogis, yoginis to stand up and reclaim this tradition. I believe in my heart of hearts that this path has the potential to bring so much healing and beauty and positive power and wisdom into this world. Men, be yogis. Women, be yoginis. And stand up for what is right. So if you feel like you are a part of our crew and you would like to be a part of this maiden voyage, whether it's the 200 or the 300 hour, both going to be epic. I'm excited for both of them. If you would like to be a part of them, please get in touch. Send us an email, training@practicebali.com, and we can have a chat. If you're having financial difficulties, we can work out some payment plans, or let's just figure it out. The goal is to get as many people in this squad as possible, so together, moving forward, we can really change the face of modern yoga, and by doing that, change the world. Now, if we are not your crew and something that I've said has offended your delicate sensitivities,